You look fine today, sir.
I'm running ragged. In about 6-7 minutes, we're going to start the program on female education.
Oh.
Up there, you know, if you have a daughter, you want to give her a good education so she can hook a good guy. But I mean, you know, we won't say that.
Yeah, my daughter, she bailed ship and went to California.
And one of the things they might discuss is if you're attending Southern Seminary, Washington College boys or VMI boys?
They're here?
No. Which one should they be concentrating on hooking?
Oh, VMI. VMI.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Take your good self.
Len Paxton.
Lynn Paxton.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you're one of the Paxton? I just discovered one of my molars here.
You just came through there.
Where's the marshmallows? Oh, that's right. Darn, we're blessed, aren't we?
I was going to say, we were thinking about some boiled cabbage and potatoes, but I hadn't gotten a fire going enough. Our wood's
That's
too
one now, you've heard of s'mores.
Yeah.
S'mores is good.
Yeah.
But now, in between your marshmallow and your chocolate, you put an Oreo cookie.
Oh, that's new.
Man, hey, that is.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say Kraft caramel candy. That would be good too.
That might be good too.
And your camp here represents what?
I would represent a Victorian home, what the house would look like,
Oh, that's awesome.
as opposed to what a tent might look like. I have a little more, my furniture is more what you would find in the house. So the purpose is to give folks an idea of maybe what the women and children had going on when they were at home while the soldiers were away.
That is awesome.
The children, it was interesting, we had a group of school children yesterday who never realized that homes didn't have electricity and running water. I was shocked, but they was like, no water, no electricity. I said, no.
No computer.
They didn't understand all that, so we talked about the chamber pot and using the outhouse. And
What's your name?
my name's Debbie Sifford.
I'm Len Paxton.
Nice to meet you.
Harold Bryant.
Len Paxton. Nice to meet you. This was my third great uncle was General Paxton.
Oh, wow.
And this was his dad's home, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. It's a beautiful place. I drove up and it was just breathtaking to me because I love old homes. The older the better in my opinion.
Well, you know, it's very important that we educate these children because it's slipping away from us.
Oh, yes.
We do not know where we came from, so we don't possibly have a clue where we're going.
But you know, there's two things that give me hope. One is that Ancestry.com is so popular.
Yes.
And two is that the antique market has gone from dead to booming.
Yes, ma'am.
So that tells me that they're looking for preserving history. So I'm glad about that. I'm glad.
What do we have here? A doctor? Is there a doctor in the house?
Actually, he's not a doctor. He's just my gentleman husband, and he carries books for me in there. I come to events like this,
Len
and
Paxton,
I sell and
nice
sign
to
my
meet you.
book.
Oh, okay.
My name is Angel Matthews.
Len Paxton. Nice to meet you.
Paxton.
Yes. Yes. That's my third great uncle was General Paxton. And my fifth great grandfather was Thomas Buffalo Paxton, who settled at Falling
That
Springs
sounds
area.
interesting.
And one brother over
Well-
was the General's family.
I didn't bring my wallet with me today, so
You know, that house is
then I'd be going around like this.
Oh my goodness.
You still read it?
It is absolutely amazing.
Let's put a plug in for your book. What's the book about?
It's called Charlotte Confederate Cavalry Soldier. It's about a girl from the great state of North Carolina who joins Mosby's Rangers. Of course, she has to convince Colonel Mosby to take her on as a ranger, and he realizes that she has skills that he could use as a spy. So she comes to
Let me see the book.
General Grant. You know, when Lincoln brings Grant to the east into Virginia, and he finds out that Grant is on a train every week to go to D.C. to see Lincoln, and he tells Miss Charlotte, "You be on every train that he is on." So part of her cover is following her heart and helping runaway slaves get into D.C., where she meets Miss Elizabeth Keckley, the dressmaker to Mrs. Lincoln. So she actually visits the White House and has tea with Miss Lincoln and Miss Keckley. So she has a very interesting life.
We'll have to make sure we get a copy of that.
It sounds impossible to tie all that together, but she really told a great story. It's really, really good.
It shows that people will do what they have to do when they have to do it.
Exactly.
Right.
We're lazy.
We are very lazy. And you know, one thing that I'm very proud of in that book, and somebody gave me a review on Amazon, and I kind of wear it as a badge of honor because it says it's just another attempt of a Southerner to apologize for slavery. I make no apologies from where I come from. I'm proud to be from the great state of North Carolina, and I, like Colonel Mosby, I'm no more ashamed of the slaveholders in my family than I am the horse thieves or the pirates.
Absolutely. There's some that's worse
And
than
I'm sure
that.
we had plenty of them.
I
think my book lays it out pretty
In the
clearly.
immortal words of Julia Sugarbaker, we don't ask about if you have crazy people in your family, just on which side. You know, it's okay in the South.
Well,
My
you know
book
what?
makes no
Usually they're on both
apologies.
sides.
It
There's
does
at least
lay it
one.
out very plainly that the war was not fought over
We call ours
slavery.
that.
Right.
Miss Charlotte doesn't agree with slavery. She doesn't. Her and her husband doesn't own slaves.
Right.
When he leaves to join the 1st North Carolina Cavalry, she decides she's going to start helping runaway slaves. And
You know what the Civil War was about? Look at what we have there today in Washington. That was trying to prevent that.
If we had the same type of respect for liberties as those people did,
Oh, come on now.
the same respect for the Constitution of the United States as those people did, we would be in the same statesman's.
We don't even have to go that far. If we had respect for each other, we would
There
not
you
be
go.
Come on now.
I'm just
Come
saying,
on
and
now.
if we had the same
It starts with
statesmanship,
each
it
other.
starts with
the same
basic
statesmanship as they had
respect.
back
I agree.
then, we would be in a civil war today.
Yeah. And I'm not sure that's not in our future, but
Well, it is
maybe in a
because
different
you can see
way.
what's going on right now. You just look at the news and see what's going on, and I have no problem with anybody.
Right.
But the politicians are right now are stirring the pot, trying to get power by causing problems between the races.
That's right.
And they're trying
That's
to get power through that. And
This is the first administration who ever sanctioned the pulling of the race card. Every time you turn around, let's pull the race card. Let's use it to our benefit. And this never happened before.
But the media is hyping a bunch of stuff. It's not as bad as some of the rioting and stuff. It is a bad situation. It's not as bad as the media would have you think. You know, when you've got a lot of peaceful protesting, which we have a right in this country
That's
to
right.
do, but they focus on the few that aren't peaceful instead of, you know, letting it be known that, you know, we are all God's children. We're all born a blank slate. We
right.
become who we choose to become. And maybe if we would focus a little bit on the things we have in common, we would be a better society instead of focusing on
Let mamas and daddies spank their butt when they're little.
there you go.
Don't wait till they're
Them
out
poor
of control.
people
right.
have no parents.
Hey, it was a real privilege to meet you guys today. God bless you. God bless you, sir.
Are you part of the Paxton?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
My
love your
fifth
help.
great grandfather was Thomas Buffalo Paxton, who settled on Buffalo Creek over there,
What time
near
does the
Falling Spring.
stuff start?
And his
And then
brother
they're doing
William
children's
is in
events at
the
1 o'clock.
general's
They're doing the military
ancestor.
stuff.
Okay.
So I guess
My
I
sixth
walked down here.
my sixth great grandmother is buried on a lonely hillside,
You know, most of these are
along with Thomas Buffalo, my fifth great grandfather. My fourth great grandfather's there, right off of Forge Road.
Okay.
Unkempt cemetery.
Let me show you what my.
We're trying to get some resources together and find out the channels we need to go through to restore that cemetery a little bit.
Richard Ewell, how do you do?
You guys, I'm Len Paxton.
So this is your home ground.
To,
This is your home ground here.
The general was my third great uncle,
Okay.
and my fifth great grandfather was Thomas Buffalo Paxton. He had a brother that's where they descended. Yeah. So General Ewell, what are you doing now that the war's over?
I am a prisoner in Fort Warren in Boston Harbor.
Well, let's break him out. What do you think
I
about
was
that?
captured April 6th at Sailors Creek. I will spend 6 months there until General Grant issues a pardon.
And then after the war, what will happen to you?
Then I will go and help my wife manage her property, about 15,000 acres in Spring Hill, Tennessee.
There you go. There you go.
Open up a Saturn plant. And,
Saturn plant. You're drawing him out of character now, huh?
well, poor Cooper, I mean, he was held for a month. And he was the senior-most Confederate general. People don't realize that. But he spent his whole time in Richmond, right under Davis, like chief of staff. And
That's your character.
Yeah, and he surrendered in Charlotte, North Carolina, after they evacuated Richmond. And he was held for a month, went back to Alexandria, Virginia, but they had torn down his big house. Now his problem was, okay, he had 46 years U.S. Army service before going to the Confederacy. And 4 years, so he had total 50 years military service and ended up with nothing.
Well, of course.
Yeah, he was 67 years old, had nothing. They tore down he had a plantation and tore down his big house. He lived in the overseer's cottage for a while. He started writing his memoirs when that burned down. So I don't know if you're familiar with Alexandria, Virginia. There's an Episcopal seminary there. It's still there. And they gave him a cottage on the grounds there to live out his life.
I like what General Lee did.
Yeah,
Just
he
got
took
buried right over here. Forget about going back. That's wrong. General Paxton had property in Preble County, Ohio that was seized.
Well, see, Cooper was unusual. He was born in Dutchess County, New York.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, I know. But he married George Mason's granddaughter. So he married into a Virginia family. And that's why he had the property in Alexandria.
That's what you call blessed. Blessed when you marry into a Virginia family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, his parent, he wasn't, his mother owned property in Dutchess County, but his father was he was a major in Knox's artillery during the Revolution, and his father was I'm not sure whether it was Lexington or Concord. He was at one of those too, and he was a Massachusetts man, his father.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting you guys today.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Enjoy your time in the shade here.
Oh yeah.